Welcome to the Utah Assistive Technology Program's latest informative video using electronic aids to daily living. This production was made possible by the Utah Assistive Technology Program, located in the Center for Persons with Disabilities at Utah State University, with many thanks to the Utah Center for Assistive Technology for sharing their expertise.
Good afternoon. We're here to talk about using new digital assistants that are now on the market for electronic aids to daily living. I'm Brian Carroll, and colleague here is Kent Raymond. Presentation, we're going to cover giving the purpose of the different devices, introductions, overview of the currently available devices, what can be controlled and how the devices compare, then what you need to get started, and then we'll follow up with questions at the end. Purpose, demonstrate how the new digital assistants can be used to replace older, more expensive EADLs. Amazon Echo will cover, Google Home, and we'll lightly touch on the Apple HomePod. So I'm Brian Carroll. I graduated from the University of Utah with a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering, minor in computer science. So I'm one of the original staff at, so I have a resident certification, and I'm one of the original staff at UCAT. I've been there since 1993.
Yes, and I'm Kent Raymond. I got my undergraduate degree in family human development. I then went on to become a rehab certified counselor through Utah State University. I've also got my certification as the Assistive Technology professional. And I've been at UCAT since 2001. I was UCAT director there. I've served in a couple different roles at UCAT. Currently, I'm serving as the Utah Assistive Technology Team Director, along with doing other evaluations at UCAT with citizens throughout the state. And that's myself.
Like you said, we're from the Utah Center for Assistive Technology. We're at 1595 West, 5th South in Salt Lake. Yeah, go ahead.
So our purpose at UCAT, as you can see on the slide there, we're kind of considered the hub of assistive technology throughout the state of Utah. And as all we mean by that is we're kind of centrally located. We have 9 staff members at UCAT that range from computer specialists to occupational therapists. We have a shop where we can modify, create different products. We do a lot of modification of things that are off the shelf that we need to modify for an individual that might need to be to help them be more independent in their lives. We work closely with Utah State University and the Center for Persons with Disability, the Assistive Technology Lab at Utah State, and then we work closely with other agencies throughout the state also. Independent living centers have an assistive technology specialist that we work fairly close with. And then Division of Services for People with Disabilities. We serve anyone throughout the state of Utah that has a need for assistive technology in their life, and our purpose is to go out and do an evaluation of somebody and look at their abilities, their disabilities, any limitations or barriers that they might have in their life. We try to implement any technology that might be needed. So we can come into somebody's house, for example, that might have a spinal cord injury, but they want to control their lights, their fans, their television, some of these things that we're going to get into today. We look at any barriers that they might have. We look at what their abilities are, and then we start to find the correct technology that they might need in their lives. And then we connect them with funding sources or give them quotes or tell them where to purchase things so that they can gather the equipment. So we're kind of a third party. We don't have any alliance to any certain product. We try to find the best product for that person to make them more independent in their lives.
We'll be covering the Amazon Echo, which digital assistant's called Alexa. We'll go over the Google Home and Google Assistant. And like I say, we'll lightly touch on the Apple HomePod. It's kind of in third place on technology. It's a bit behind where the other two are, and significantly more expensive. Amazon Echo family right now has 4 main products. You've got the Echo, the $99, the Echo Dot, the Echo Plus, which is similar to the Echo, but it has a Zigbee tub built into it. For the Echo Spot, you've got small display as well, and the Echo Show has a video touch screen, so that you can show what's on a camera or things like that, see what's available. And then we've got the Google Home family, which consists of the Google Home, Google Mini, and Google Max. So you can see the Google Max tends to be the highest price of the devices we'll be mainly looking at. And
so the difference in these, Brian, so we see the obvious price difference. They have the same controls as before we kind of get into the functionality?
They generally work similarly. Google Home does have, it's easier to control a bit. It's more freeform. You can talk to it more in a conversational type of language, where the Echo, you have to be fairly strict on your vocabulary. Speaker-wise, they're close, at least in the Echo and the Google Home.
But I guess I'm curious, the $49 will do the same as the $129 and the $399, but the difference is what?
The difference is in the speaker quality. All of them will be able to control smart home devices. It's just a difference mainly in the audio that you're getting back between the different devices.
Okay, great.
And then we've got the Apple HomePod. As you can see, it's rather pricey, and it doesn't control nearly as many devices as the other two, and it's just not nearly as many devices available at this point to be able to control. What can they do, and how do they compare? Both of them you can personalize pretty well. The Amazon and Google both understand multiple user profiles. The HomePod does not. Google Assistant can understand up to 6 people's voices. You can answer calendar queries or play music lists based on the user's own Google account. So what that means is if I was talking to it, it would bring up the stuff that's songs and stuff that would be on my playlist. If my wife was talking, it would bring up automatically the songs she has on her playlist. With Alexa, you have to specifically ask it to switch accounts, so it's not going to automatically switch when different person's using it. With your account set up, you can ask what's on your calendar, add appointments, that sort of thing. Alexa supports iCloud, Gmail, G Suite, Office 365, and Outlook. Google Assistant will support Gmail, but not G Suite accounts. Alexa is the only one that will let you change the wake word. It can be either Alexa, Echo, Amazon, or computer. Google Assistant, however, will let you change between a male and female voice, where Alexa only has a female voice. Both of them will let you create timers and alarms. You can name the different timers, so you can have several timers set up at once. Alexa and Google Assistant, you can share shopping lists between your accounts. Both can also set multiple name timers. The Alexa list will sync with any.do, AnyList, Cozy, and Todoist, where Google systems will sync with our groceries and Todoist. Both the Google and, the Google Home provides a richer, more rounded sound than the Echo does. The Echo is a little bit louder though, by about 3 or 4 decibels, so not a lot, but it is, it can be a noticeable difference of how loud you can play the music back. Both devices support iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, and TuneIn. The Echo will also support the Amazon Music, while Google Home supports Google Play and YouTube, in addition to the others. Google now also lets you upload music libraries to the cloud, so you can play your own playlist and that of songs that you've previously acquired. Amazon used to be able to do it, but they've disabled that ability, and for users that were using it, they'll lose that ability in 2019. So basically, if you want to be able to play your music that you've already have, Google kind of wins out in that area. Okay, for home entertainment, Alexa and Google Assistant can both be used to control TV and home entertainment systems with the appropriate hardware add-ons. Alexa uses the Amazon Fire TV device, where Google Home works with its associated Chromecast for the Google Assistant. If you want to be able to control more of the things in the home, like stereo and that kind of stuff, then you'll need something like the Logitech Harmony Hub, which can transmit infrared signals to any of your home entertainment devices. They both now will let you control your Google Hopper or your Dish Hopper so that you can play back shows you recorded on it. And we will show you an example of that. Alexa, tune to CNN.
Tune to CNN on Dish. This is the Situation Room with Wolf Blitzer.
Alexa, turn to Velocity.
Tune to Velocity on Dish. This is Rosemary.
Alexa, turn to Channel 5.
Tune into 5 on Dish.
Alexa, fast forward. Alexa, rewind 3 minutes. Alexa, pause. Alexa, resume. Alexa, stop. Alexa, open the guide.
I can't do it on Dish.
So, it does some things, but it doesn't give you full control. So, like I said, it gives you some control of so it's playing. You can switch channels. You can't do things like volume up, volume down, or easily bring up the guide and navigate through it. We don't have an example of Google Home doing it. They have just announced the skill is available, but we weren't able to find it through their menu to actually download it, but it is theoretically available now. Smart home ability, that's kind of where the rubber meets the road for using those as aids to daily living. So Alexa and Google Assistant now both can control pretty much any devices that are out there. And until about 3 months ago, if I would have been doing it, that wouldn't be the case. Google Home has done a good job at catching up and getting manufacturer support so that they're both able to control most any of the devices out there now. You can set up multiple rooms, multiple device control. You can have it do multiple steps. We'll show you an example of what happens when I say goodnight in the upcoming video. Most of our own devices work on one of 3 radio frequencies, either Wi-Fi, Z-Wave, or Zigbee. Both Echo and Google can control the Wi-Fi devices without any additional hardware. However, if you want to control things like the Philips Hue lights or use which runs on Zigbee, or the Schlage Smart Home, which runs on Z-Wave, a dedicated smart hub like the Samsung Smart Things or Wink 2 will be required. The hub that's built into the Echo Plus will let you do basic things, turn the lights on and off, like with for the hue, but it won't let you change the colors and stuff. So it does a lot of things, but it comes down to having a dedicated hub to be able to have full control over a lot of those features. Hey Google, turn TV lamp on.
You got it. Turning on the TV lamp.
Hey Google, turn door lamp on.
Okay, turning the door lamp on.
Hey Google, turn door lamp off.
Sure, turning off the door lamp.
Hey Google, turn TV lamp off.
Okay, turning off the TV lamp.
Turn door lamp on. Alexa, start Good Night. Hey Google, run lockup.
You got it. Activating the lockup.
Hey Google, run Release Me.
Sorry, I'm not sure how to help with that yet.
Alexa, window light on.
Okay.
Alexa, picture light on.
Okay.
Alexa, picture light off.
Okay.
Cabinet light on.
Okay.
Alexa, cabinet light off.
Okay.
Alexa, set upstairs to 74 degrees. Set upstairs to 71 degrees.
Alexa, all lights on.
Okay.
Alexa, all lights off.
Okay.
Alexa, play classical on Pandora.
Getting your Classical for the Soul radio station from Pandora. Classical for the Soul radio.
Alexa, give me my flash news briefing.
Here's your flash briefing. In BBC News from TuneIn.
BBC News. Islamic State fighters have launched an attack on refugees in northeastern Syria. Activists say that IS used...
Alexa, read The Nightshade's Apprentice on Kindle.
The Nightshade's Apprentice, The Sword of Rogues Book 1, by Michael Offit, reading from Kindle. Chapter 1. I'm 15 years old, and I feel infinite. There's a man behind the lightly colored oaken desk. He leans forward into the flickering light of burning candles. We're far from
Alexa?
sunlight, and
Stop.
Okay. Both of those systems now will let you make outgoing calls. So you can just tell it to call. It usually will call somebody on your call list that's on your phone, or you can give it the number you want to call. This opens up definitely the good safety feature where somebody may not be able to reach their phone, but where Google and Alexa can hear you pretty much anywhere, within a room at least, you can tell it to dial the number and it will. Google Home can't receive calls. With the Echo, you can it'll receive calls from other Echoes. So if, like if your family member has an Echo, you could it could receive your calls and it can call you. Alexa also has the ability to answer your home phone line with an additional device, the Echo Connect box, which is about $35. Fortunately, we don't have any videos demonstrate. Oh, we do. Alexa, call Miranda.
from whose number? Brian or Ned or Jane?
Brian.
Calling Miranda's mobile from Brian.
Hello?
Hello. I'm just calling to test this out to see how Alexa does making phone calls. It's good to talk to you.
It sounds really clear.
That's good. Better than I am on a normal speakerphone, I bet.
Yes, it definitely is much clearer.
Okay, I may call you again later. Bye.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Alexa,
Bye.
hang up. Hey Google, call Miranda.
Calling Miranda mobile.
Hello.
Hello, I'm talking to you on Google Home. How do I sound?
It sounds pretty clear.
Better than Alexa or the same as Alexa?
I'd say about the same.
Cool. Talk
Bye.
to you later. Bye. Okay. Internet queries. Been searching for things. Google Assistant is much better at handling free-form web-based queries. Google search is more efficient. It's relying on Google's search engine, which is arguably one of the best out there. Alexa is a stickler for the wording of words. To have to say them in a particular sequence and make sure you pronounce them correctly. Alexa relies heavily on Wikipedia for its knowledge-based queries. One area Alexa beats Google predictably is in shopping. It really likes to be able to let you buy things off of Amazon. So if you're looking for shopping things, buying things by voice, Google or Alexa definitely will let you do that better than what Google Home will. Both can spell words, set timers, read you the news, all that kind of thing that's helpful and be able to give you kind of what's going on. Google Assistant is more conversational. It'll often remember what you're talking about and let you carry ideas through the conversation. For instance, if I ask, how old is George Clooney, I can then follow up with what movies is he in. George Clooney.
56 years old.
Okay, Google, what movies did he play in?
Batman and Robin, Ocean's 11, and 59 others.
Alexa, how old is George Clooney?
George Clooney is 56 years old.
Alexa, what movies did he play in?
Here are a few movies playing near you today. Ready Player One, A Quiet Place, Black Panther, Blockers, Pacific Rim, Uprising, and I Can Only Imagine. Would you like to hear more movies?
No.
Okay.
The thing that makes both of them powerful is the availability of third-party skills. These skills do everything from giving you local traffic status to checking your credit card balance to trivia about your favorite college teams to playing games and singing songs. Amazon's voice assistant ecosystem has been supercharged by tens of thousands of third-party skills. Amazon has a great dictionary of them on their website, so it's easy to seek them out and find out what's available. You do have to be specific about the syntax you use to activate them and get them to run. Google Assistant has fewer skills that are currently available. Google's definitely working hard to close the gap between them. Google has the advantage of being able to have a lot more free-form conversation, so you don't have to be quite as specific on exactly what you say. And the biggest trick with them is being able to find out what skills are actually available. They don't have a web-based directory, and trying to figure them out through their app is a difficult challenge at this point. ADT to arm the system.
I found one open sensor, basement window, as well as 3 offline sensors, exterior basement and interior basement and front door. Would you like to continue arming the system?
Yes.
Okay, I armed the system stay.
Alexa, ask ADT to disarm the system.
What is the pin? Okay, system has been disarmed.
So, as you can see, the skills are, it's a good example of one of the skills that is available for them. Let you control your current security system. Like I said, there's thousands of skills available, so it's just a matter of searching for them and finding the right ones. Alexa, ask ADT what the thermostat is set at.
Thermostat is set to heat to 72 degrees. The current temperature is 72 degrees.
ADT skill would not let me change temperature on the thermostat. In this example, it would let me find out what it's set at. So there's definitely a difference between different manufacturers' devices and how much control you can have. As you saw in our previous example, Mike was able to easily change the temperature on his thermostat. So it's still differences in manufacturers' devices as well as what each of the particular devices can do. Okay, what's required to get started? They're going to need to have a Wi-Fi network. We'll need a smartphone or tablet to be able to set things up. You have to decide which line of smart speakers or assistant you want to go with, whether you want to go with Amazon and stay in its family or go with Google and stay in its family. it definitely they don't like to switch between the two. So you're gonna have to choose a family and stay with it. And then it comes down to choosing the devices you want to control, whether it's light switches, which can vary in price from $20 to $50 a piece, depending on what brand they are and whether they're three-way switches and whether it's controlling the lights themselves. There's appliance modules, so you can just plug it into the plug switch, then plug a lamp in it. It'll control it. You can control you can replace the existing switches in the wall with ones that'll accept that can be controlled with either Alexa or Google. Door locks. You can control security system, and there's a wide variety of things that are being made accessible. Things like ranges that you can control different cooking devices, refrigerators. There's all sorts of stuff now that's being made available with Internet of Things.
So we're coming into a great time, right? Where the technology is advancing, the prices are coming down. 10 years ago, maybe explain to people what it would take to go into somebody's home to have them control a couple lights, a fan, and most importantly, to call people by voice and the costs involved with that.
Yeah, we used to do system cost would probably be a minimum of $5,000 to $7,000 or $8,000 to be able to do what you can do now with the digital assistants. Typically, devices, one of the ones we typically used for voice recognition was a Secure, which was made by Able Data. It worked well for what it could do, but it was definitely, we were frequently going out and having to update it and keep it running, and the recognition was nowhere nearly as good as what we could do now. So we're definitely able to do a whole lot more easier and for a lot less money than what was required, even 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, right. So I would say now to get an Echo Dot or a Google Home, for $50, a light switch that you put in the wall, maybe $40, correct? You could do a number of those throughout your house. I think Mike, that we saw his video, a Nest thermostat with a couple light switches and an Amazon Echo Dot. Maybe you're into it under $500, right? To control a fair amount of controls, lights, fans in your home, and then who knows what you can control. I bought a new sprinkler controller, and lo and behold, I didn't know this, but I got an email from them saying that Echo Dot was able to control my sprinkler controller. I could say, Alexa, tell, I'm trying to remember the name of my sprinkler system now. Do you remember? You bought the same one, right? Anyway, I'd say turn zone 4 on for 10 minutes, and suddenly my sprinklers outside are turning on. How useful is that? I don't know. Is it making us more lazy? Maybe, but in the world of people with disabilities, it's really given them a lot of independence, as you can attest to, right?
Yeah, for me, that's huge. I can now control it and not have to worry about finding a neighbor to set it up or my wife to set it up. I can control it all by myself. So
right. And I'd like to add also, as you mentioned that, setup is quite easy. Once you get things installed, get them connected to the internet in your home, everything's talking to each other. And maybe you want to talk about that. I just know that on our smart board at work, you can tell it to find devices. It finds the devices and then pairs it almost automatically. Is that correct?
Yeah. It does a good job of finding what's out there, and it's, setting them up is pretty simple. And the more devices you have, the better it works, because they each repeat the signal that's being sent to them. So the more devices you have, the better the reception gets, because each device will broadcast the signal that it hears. So being able to control things becomes a lot more reliable the more things you add. We're definitely able to control things a lot easier than what we were able to do previously for a lot less money. The devices now are getting pretty comparable. The Lexus still may have a slight advantage in what it can control. There's still more skills currently available for it, but I don't think that's going to be a big issue for much longer. They're both trying pretty hard to control everything that the other one will do. We do have to worry somewhat in the war between the two. Sometimes one company tries to block the other one from what it will allow you to control. So basically getting started is just as simple as, price range can be as low as $50 for a Google Mini or the Alexa Dot to be able to get started. And then whatever, I think the plug-in modules run for $25 to $30. So you can get into being able to control lights and that kind of stuff pretty cheaply. Then it definitely makes things a lot easier to control than what it really took just a few years ago. And then I guess if you have questions, we'd be willing to answer them. You can call us or email.
As mentioned, with any of those services that we can provide, if you have any questions, again, we're from the Utah Center for Assistive Technologies. We're right there in Salt Lake, but we do travel throughout the state and help any citizens or individuals within the state of Utah. We're state employees and we're funded through a project or a state agency there. So that's how we can come out and do free evaluations. And then the contact information is there. 801-887-9380. We'll get you in contact with Lynn Marcoux that can then direct you to any specialist in the office, depending on the need. If you wanted to email us directly, you can see the email addresses there, bcarroll@utah.gov or kremond@utah.gov. And typically is what's needed is a referral form that you'll get sent. If you'd like our services and to have us visit you, one-page referral form that has name, address, phone number, just some basic information. We serve anybody with any type of disability. It doesn't have to be a documented disability, just any limitation that you may have. We'll accept that, and we ask for that disability on the form. We ask for any type of service that you're looking for. It could be electronic aids to daily living that we went over today. Could be wheelchair seating, computer assistance, augmentative communication. It could be any number of things, and even recreation. So we'd ask people just to fill out the form, which then gets submitted, and we put that in our database as kind of a tracking process so that you can then get contacted, and we can start that process with anyone.